Hello, guys. Welcome back to Chelsea Godfather channel. It's the Chelsea Godfather reporting back to duty. Guys, welcome back. And this is the pregame show for our next assignment tomorrow. And it gets no bigger than City at Wembley, the semifinals of the FA Cup. And guys, we already know. I mean, it seemed like it's for me, or it seemed like it was long ago because these games come thick and fast. And as far as I'm concerned, the 6-0 Everton win has already happened. It happened about 100 years ago. It's time to move on to what's in front of us. And what's in front of us is Pep Guardiola's treble winning boys. And these guys, they're a bit of a wounded animal right now because Ancelotti showed them one or two lessons of tactical defending at the Etihad and kicked them out of the Champions League kicking and screaming. And so, how are they going to react is anybody's guess, right? Uh, one way, one thing that could happen is, right? I mean, they played in midweek, the proverbial midweek game. It just wasn't any midweek game. It was a highly concentrated, highly pressurized quarterfinals, second leg of the quarterfinals that went 120 minutes and PKs, and they lost. And so you're talking about physical fatigue. You're talking about mental fatigue, which is just as important, if not more important than the physical. And but then you're also talking about Pep. Pep is a serial born winner. And one thing that you can put all your money on is that he's not going to let his boys feel bad for crashing out on Wednesday, right? He's that's I mean, so let's not kid ourselves thinking that Chelsea has had all this extra few days of rest, and we're fresh here. So no, don't be naive. Don't be naive. City's going to come out seeking to get back on track. They're gonna come out trying to fire on all angles. Our boys better be ready. They're gonna look to take their anger and frustrations out on Chelsea. And the last thing that Pochettino can do is not have our team mentally ready. This is not physical. This is mental first. This is where the game can be easily won and lost. Is the mindset. Our players need to be mentally prepared for this game to understand not just what is at stake, but what is the mindset of the opponent that's in front of them. And so we already know what's going to happen. And City is an opponent that we have struggled with since we last beat them in that massive game in May of 2021, right? And ever since that Champions League, final, trophy that we won, City has done nothing but just deal with us. Let me keeping it real. They've been dealing with us mercilessly, home and away. They've won every single game without Chelsea even scoring one single goal. We hadn't scored a goal against City from since from the start of the 2021 season. It's only until Pochettino came in this year, the much maligned Pochettino that everybody hates, came in, and then we played them to that 4-4 draw at the Bridge. The we hadn't scored a goal until that game. We drew them 4-4 at the Bridge. Then we went to Etihad when we were at the lowest point of our season, when 12th place. We had a bad loss or a bad draw. I can't remember what it was, but everybody, all Chelsea fans, including yours truly, were just praying, can we only lose 1 or 2-0, and at least let's not go and embarrass ourselves at the Etihad. But as it turned out, Pochettino coached a marvelous game on that day, and we should have won. We should have won the game with more clinical, not necessarily just on the defensive, but on the offensive side. Clinical finishing. We were not, clinical on that day. Had we been clinical on that day, we would have won at the Etihad. Would have scored at least 2 or 3 goals, and would have won the game. And so, for me, what Pochettino should be looking to do, because ironically, the way we played City at the Etihad is eerily a bit similar to the way Real Madrid played City at the Etihad a few days ago, right? Which is, you know, keep it a bit compact on the defensive end, and when you're in, possession, be calm, be composed, and intentional with your passing. City is always going to look to oppress you. That's what Pep does. Pep is a high risk, high reward uh, philosophy. He's always going to look to press. He's always going to look to play in your half. He's always going to look to leave a lot of space behind, right? Behind his defense line. That's how they play. And so they are very focused. They're very organized. His team is very disciplined. It might look like it's high risk, but when you calm down and look at it, it's not that high risk because it's all about what City does with the ball and off the ball in your half. Off the ball, they are going to frustrate you to prevent you from taking advantage of the spaces behind. And that's where our players need to be composed on the ball. And I know a lot of fans have been drinking the Kool-Aid since we won 6-0 against Everton because Caicedo and um, Gallagher had seemed to have a very brilliant partnership. But guys, this is City, and make no mistake about it. If Enzo is not able to play against City, because there's a lot of reports out there that he has the hernia that he's been playing through injury, and he really needs surgery. If Enzo's not able to play, it's going to be rough on us because Enzo, you need players who are technical on the ball, who not just good on the ball, but in good on the ball and intentional with their passing while they're under pressure. In intentional in terms of uh, positive passing moves, progressive passing moves when you're in your half. That's how you take advantage of Pep's team. That's how a team like Real Madrid can knock them out of the Champions League. That is how Tuchel in the season of basically in the calendar year of 2021, Tuchel beat City 3 times. We won at the Etihad. I ironically beat them in the semifinals of the FA Cup, and then we won the Champions League finals under Tuchel 3 times in that season, right? And if you look at his approach to those 3 games, they are similar, and they are similar to how um, Pochettino set us up at the Etihad. And I'm saying copy and paste. Copy and paste. Um, Enzo, I would like to see Enzo in the game, but if Enzo is not fit, if Enzo is not fit, for me, as crazy as it seems, is not worth it. In fact, I'm even upset about the fact that he's been having in ejections. He's been having in ejections, shots and whatnot just to play. Why? You paid over 100 million for this player. It's not worth. I mean, he shouldn't have to play through an injury. I know we're under pressure. Everybody's on Pochettino's under pressure, but Enzo is a long-term investment, and so if he's not fit, then do the needful and leave him on the bench. And so, guys, that's my take on this game. So in terms of our lineup, I see pretty much the same lineup that played against Everton in our last game. And the only difference that I would make is I would have uh, Raheem Sterling playing ahead of Mudryk, and the reason being for two reasons. Number one, against City in both of the games against City, Raheem played very well. He was very productive. It wasn't, I didn't say he was perfect in those games, but he was effective in those games. He was effective in those games. He was a thorn in City's flesh, right? And then also, Mudryk hasn't actually played blinder since he's been starting. I'm not saying bench Mudryk because he hasn't found his feet. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying rotate, right? It's okay to rotate him. You know, have him Mudryk on the bench for this game. Um, Raheem to start the game. Also, Raheem is one of the few experienced players that we have, and so for these reasons, Raheem is the only player that I will bring into the starting lineup from the Everton game, and hopefully that'll be enough for us to get the job to win this game and get to the finals. You guys already know we need to try and get to Europa. So we have two routes: either finish sixth place or win this trophy. Rather, we win this FA Cup trophy and kill two birds with one stone. Two birds with one stone. Guys, leave your comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Take care. God bless you all. Peace out.